So on AI, obviously a very significant development. All of the fearsome five have got voice-activated devices, and that can dramatically change the pattern of distribution and patterns of branding and patterns of purchase, particularly when I think manufacturers were thinking that they would have direct relationships with consumers in an internet world. And we're seeing the growth of well, if you look at Unilever, what Unilever did with Dollar Shave Club and appealing directly to consumers, a channel of engagement and a channel of attribution. Important changes in distribution, important changes in consumers' purchase habits come as a result of what we're seeing in AI and voice recognition. Well, if you talk to the owners of the upfront markets, media owners, traditional TV, linear TV owners, I think they're quite bullish about the upfronts in the US and are seeing reasonably significant price increases in the mid-single-digit area at a time when we're seeing deflation elsewhere. So I think owners of the inventory feel pretty good about it. Having said that, there are obviously broader and much more significant opportunities that we're seeing in programmatic. We call our offering something a little bit more than programmatic because it overlays or brings in data and technology inputs which make it far more sophisticated in terms of targeting. And we are seeing, I think, the start of a groundswell of change in attitude to programmatic. In other words, clients who were concerned about issues surrounding programmatic, probably getting over them. In-house operations perhaps becoming less attractive because running an in-house operation and updating the technology and having people work on one client is not necessarily the most appealing thing. So what we're starting to see is the growth of alternatives in the programmatic area and the growth of alternative content producers. Netflix, obviously Amazon, with Alexa or without Alexa, is obviously an important competitor. The pricing or the amount of money that these companies are willing to invest in content is quite considerable. You can see an Amazon spending $10 million an episode for an hour-long episode. Netflix maybe $7 million, and the more traditional producers spending about $3 million. So there's clearly a heavy investment. Whether the new players have the same commitment to the creative product. I heard one media owner challenge that. We'll have to see how that develops over time. But certainly the product, at least in its early stages, when you look at it, is very significant. Now, can Netflix, for example, make money? It's not profitable as yet. It loses on a cash flow basis a significant sum, but we have to see what happens with subscription policy, what happens with advertising. In a way, Netflix is already advertising. It has product placement warnings, I guess, warnings of product placement in front of some of its series already. So we are starting to see advertising in one form or other start to invade the Netflix platform. But it's be interesting to see as their penetration increases what happens to subscription levels. But clearly, we as WPP have to make investments and develop our thinking around investments in all these areas. And we've done it with Vice, we've done it with Refinery 29, done it more recently with 88 Rising, we've done it with Keltra just a few days ago, with Mike. A lot of things that we're trying and experimenting with to see how we can learn more, how people can learn more, and our clients can be involved in it.